What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. If you don't, then I'll attack you. We're going to do some Acrobrat repairs here today. Probably about 1% of the way through switching the ESC out. So we'll get that in there. And then we will switch these motors out as well to RC & Power 1506s. Thanks to Kebab, FPV Cycle, Bob Rugi. Let's get to it. What do you say? Just getting the computer all set here for the stream. Got the chat popped out. Got this up in front of me and that up in front of me. All right, cool. We should be good. Let's do's it. Let's do the things, eh? All right. Microphone's in a good spot here. I think I'm all set. Let me, so I'm going to get the ESC out of here to put the power lead on. And then I'll put it back in there to do the motors and capacitor. And I think that's it. No, I think there's one more thing hooked up to these battery pads. Let's do it. What do you guys say? Why does that look so white? There we go. It's a little bit better. Little better. Okay, let's move these out of the way here. We don't need these big long M3 screws. All right, let me get the go get the sponge wet. Hang on one second, guys. Here's something for you to look at. What are you watching over here, woman? I don't know, something about drugs. Something about drugs. Rotten Tomatoes gonna give me something to look at. What's up, everybody? How to fix a drug scandal is what Kristen's watching. I told her, I said, don't you dare turn that down. She said, okay. Usually I do this out the other side, but I might actually run it out the near side this time. Nope, no I won't, because wait, yes I will. Yes I will, because the ground pad is the farther one, and I have cut this. I've cut this in a way that the ground pad is a little bit longer. So yeah, we'll run it out the near side this time. That'll be fun. Cool. Let's get to it. Soldering iron is on full blast. It's not the nicest soldering iron in the world, but certainly gets the job done. I'm trying to figure out if I should do a get a T100 or 1000 or whatever the hell they are, and try to make that my main iron, or there's a Weller for about $100 that looks really, really nice. And so yeah, I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go. On one hand, it would be nice to use the same iron just across the board, right? But on the other hand, I don't know. I just don't think that a T100 will be the best for. I think having something here on the desk would be, I don't know, man. I don't know. Any of you guys using the T100 like for everything on your bench? Does it get the thing I feel like I've used, TS, that's right. I've used the TS 100s before, and they're great. But yeah, I don't know if I would want to use it here. If I'm out, yeah, for sure. Way into that. But at home, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't know. I should probably go to... Oh my god, you guys are dead now. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that I just killed you guys. Much fail. There we go. Alright, and I'm trying to keep it towards the side here because I gotta put a bunch more on this pad. And that looks about good. Yeah, that'll work. And let's get the positive. My God, it always shocks me what a difference there is between the battery ground pad and the positive pad in terms of how long they take to get hot. Shit is crazy. Guess it doesn't help when you do the positive pad or the ground pad first and get the whole board all hot. All right. Adam uses the TS100 for everything. Do you find that like the cable's too heavy? Like how do you get the I don't know. Bandaloran, I will not give you these motors. It took... I didn't think I was going to be able to get these because I didn't want to order them from Banggood. They seem to be the only ones that sell them, but I got a big box of I bought a big box of stuff from Kebab, and these were in there, and I was blown away. I was literally just, well, I have been waiting for them to come stateside so I can buy them from a stateside shop. I never do, Brent. That's another reason why I haven't bought a TS100 is because I specifically try to never, ever, ever solder in the field. I think I've had to do it one time. But yeah, I build additional rigs rather than spending time when I could be flying fixing rigs is my sort of thought process there. For better or worse. All right, so let's so that's fine. We're gonna leave that alone, and we're just gonna plop it in and start whacking wires to it. What do you guys say? Is it wire whacking time? All right, that's not the right size, but this is. Just making sure that these are nice and tight down here, which you guys probably can't see. So for anybody playing at home, M3s here on the center mounting spot, and then these little 2mm Pyro drone sells these, and they're 2mm spacers. And then this is the Acon AK32 20x20 with these aren't the gummies that it comes with. These are a little bit thicker gummies, which will keep the ESC off of the base plate and out of harm's way. So let's drop it in here. And I've already checked to make sure that this ESC is not going to hit the bottom plate, and we're good. We have enough clearance. It's tight, but we have enough clearance. Clearance. I don't like that. I wish that wasn't... Alright, let me... Just this one, I'm going to pull towards the back here. There we go. I should have chopped the motor wires a little bit shorter to really be able to tuck these to have a little bit better words. You guys know what I'm saying. Killer B asks, how do you route your antennas on the Acrobrat for RX? It's right back here. Immortal L, basically, but with RXSR antennas. Nothing crazy, but keeps them as far away as possible from the video antenna at a 45 degree, and it just works. Just works. Okay, so let's get the distributor cap here soldered up. So let's figure out which one's positive and negative. This is the negative, and it looks like it's that wire. I shouldn't have made these both black, but I was being lazy. All right, so that makes sense because it's kind of wanting to be in this spot anyway. So let's just get that soldered down. Okay, get some of these little shit bags out of the way. And we'll get in here with some skinny plier action. We'll get some shit done. Cleaning that tip off camera. Get you guys pushed back down here so you can see what the deal is. Alright, so I'm going to come in like this, and I'm going to put the wire right on top. Let's get it going. Okay, wire's got a little bit of a bend in it, so let's unbend that just to make it a little easier. And there we go. Yeah, that'll sit in there really nice. Okay, let's get it. Alright. Wire's flowing already. Let's give the pad a second to start flowing. This would be a good time to add some solder to really help with the heat transfer, but I'm going to see if it'll do it on its own. Yeah, it's not going to. Let's get a little bit extra in there. Something that really helps with the ground pads. It also puts fresh flux in there for you. When you have the iron turned all the way up, it fucking vaporizes the flux pretty quickly. So that's good. That's where we need it. Give it a second. Stay nice and still. And what's nice is the battery lead didn't move at all. So that was a big fat win there. Now let's get this positive lead over here. That one's kind of tight. Man. Do not have much. Oh, it's because the side panel is pushed a little bit back. Cool. Alright. Positive pad, I don't think we'll need the extra solder. So let's just leave it here. Get it going. The board is already warm, and this is not a ground pad, so it's not one huge piece of copper. So shouldn't even need to tin the tip on this one. Hard to tell if that pad flowed yet. Looks like it did. Looks like we are good. Alright, and you know what I am going to do? I'm going to put another set of 30 gauge wires on here that I'm going to run out the bottom for a Tiny's LED. So let's get that going here. Where do I have regular old run back? What's up, everybody? What's up, Rob? TechnoFPV says I inspired him to build an Acrobrat after he lost one a while back. About to go fly it for the first time. Nice, Techno. What motors did you put on it, Techno? Alright, where do we have some? I don't want to just do black this time. That's stupid. I only make that mistake, well, not make that mistake, but I only do that when I'm just ultra fucking lazy. It's just such a stupid thing to do. I don't know, I guess maybe it's not that stupid. Because what's the worst that can happen, right? You solder one up, and then you look at the other one and go, oh, it's black too. Let me trace them. Like, I guess it would be harder than I thought to kind of screw that up. What the hell is going on? Look at this ridiculous thing that I got, guys. Whoop! The longest UFL in all the land. To 90. Try to figure out how to get it to fit in this little case. All right. Beta blue. What's that? Beta blue? What did I ask you? I didn't even ask you. Oh, beta blue. Would you do the 1404s or the 1505s? Beta blue motors, I'm assuming, is what you're saying. Okay, so this is good. Let me just give it a little bit of a push to make sure it doesn't break right off. And we're good on both. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, looking for wires. Got it. Check. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's why. Because I don't have any... Yeah, this could be 6S someday, so I guess I shouldn't use 30 gauge. What's this one? That's a little too big, isn't it? What the hell gauge is it? Really? You're not going to say on you? You little jerk. Oh, here's one. Here's one. What's this? What's this? This looks like a good one. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to use 30 gauge. It'll be fine. Let's go into an LED, for Christ's sakes. It's the worst that could happen. Cue fire pictures. I wonder if there is like a recommended wire gauge for the race wires. I should ask Tiny that. Not for the race wires, for the slip-slap wires. I don't know. Just fill in the blanks. I'll start the sentences and then you guys can finish them. That's fine. Get the mic a little closer here. Okay, so let's strip these guys down. What's up, Tiago? 1404. They're probably going to be a little bit... So the ones that I had were the 1505s. The 1404s will be okay. I mean, it's not going to be like a powerhouse or anything, but they'll be all right. It'll be a good... they'll be good for like a cruiser rig. I tend to put 1404s and 1304s on... like 160 to 200 gram 2.5 inch prop rigs, but that's because I'm a madman. Yeah, I wish Beta FPV had changed the color or something between those 1505s and the 1404s, because I mean they look freaking identical. And yeah, there's going to be quite a difference in performance between a 1404 and a 1505, but what's the worst that happens? You take them off and put them on a... It forces you to build a 2.5 inch prop rig. Oh, it's such a shame. Stimulating that FPV economy all day, every day. Buzzer keeps beeping nonstop. Take it off and just use the ESC beepers, man. That's what I can't deal with those buzzers. I haven't put a buzzer in a long time, so I don't even know where to begin. I guess check your... I mean, do you have it on a switch? Like, go in and look at your receiver tab, or I'm sorry, your modes tab, rather, and make sure that there's not a switch for it that's, like, permanently turned on or linked to RSSI or something like that. I've had that happen before, where, like, the aux4 channel has RSSI coming through, and usually it'll be with... Actually, no, it has happened with my ESC beeper before, that they just go off like crazy, and it's because it's on RSSI. It's because that channel is tied to... has RSSI coming in on it, basically. Get off, get off. Alright. Half-ass tinning finished. Get this out of here. Bring this back in. Oh, for Christ's sakes, Larry. Leave me alone. Shop didn't have it. 1608s are a bit much anyway. I'm gonna put this onto what are they? 1605s? No, 1506s, and I think that's gonna be the right size. I really wish there was a 1505 or a 1506 rather. Wait. 1605. That's what I wish there was. It was 1605. Because the Emac 1606 is awesome, but man, it's a lot. A lot. Like chaos a lot. Alright, so you know what, let me just start soldering these motor wires up. It has to get done anyway. They're all in the way and gangly and angering me. Let's just get them done. Let's just get them done. Let me do this. Try to give you guys a better look at what I'm doing. The challenge is going to be not moving the quad around. So let's see how it goes. Alright. But if I can keep the quad in like centered in the frame, you guys should have a pretty good look at what the hell's going on. With it zoomed in like this. Get off, get off. Alright, so now that you guys have such a good view of what's going on, I guess I should maybe like kind of talk through what's happening. Soldering iron is on full bore, so everything flows pretty quick. Left hand with the tweezers is holding the wire in place. Right hand is just applying heat with a tiny little bit of downward pressure. All the control should come from your left hand, and did you see it? You guys see it flow? That's when you know you're good to go. So you push down until you see the whole pad flow, and the whole pad becomes liquid. Make sure that the wire is in the exact spot that you want it with your left hand, and then you can remove the heat, and then you just want to hold it as steady as you possibly can for like 2 or 3 seconds just to let the joint cool down. If you move it while the joint is cooling down, that can very easily cause a cold solder, which is a very weak joint, and you should get it hot again to be sure that that doesn't happen, because cold solder joints will let go in midair, and that ain't fun. Alright, so let's just tuck this. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I'm just going to tuck that wire down there and out of the way. These two guys are going to stay up here, I think. And yeah, everybody's out of the way. If sticks come trying to get in there, shouldn't be able to get there, and we're good. So now we will do the rear motor. This is the one that I really want to get done to just get it the hell out of the way, basically. Right, so let's pull this guy down. This is one of the spots where I don't mind taking my time, because there's just no recovering from a motor wire popping off. I mean, that is game over. No questions asked, so make sure the joints look good, make sure there's no cold solder joints, and you'll be just fine. Wire flows, pad flows, give it another second, take the heat off. And I just put that on the wrong pad. I don't know why I just did that. It's an odd thing to do. That goes on this pad. Weird. So this one's a little tough because it's right next to the rubber, but it doesn't really matter if you burn the rubber. This one's taking a little bit more time because well, there it goes though. So that was taking more time because the wire was flat top to bottom. So the tip of the soldering iron was only touching a tiny little bit of the wire, and that makes it hard to transfer the heat. We're always trying to get as like flat surfaces so that, whoops, so that things happen. I don't know. Alright, I gotta get a little bit more angle on this guy. Remember, move the work around. Don't move yourself around the work. Go in and dry again. the wire's tinned enough and the pad is tinned enough where I don't have to add any solder on the tip of the iron. The whole pad just flowed. Give it another second and remove the heat. And so I don't like what's going on between these two. Let's get some fresh solder on the tip of this iron. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to redo the other wire because it's kind of, there's a little blobby there pointing towards the outside, and the way that I'm putting these wires on at a 45-degree angle, that's kind of like the one thing you want to make sure of. So this guy right here I need to flatten out, and I will do that by putting the iron vertical and then just pulling it forward. See that? So now that's nice and flat. Let's make sure that this didn't make a little point. Cool. Since the wires are going to be diagonal like this, you just want to make sure that there's nothing that's going to poke through the insulation between these two wires. And that's what I was worried about just now. But it is all better. So now we can put this guy here. I just changed the temperature of the overhead light with my forehead. That was kind of cool. Oops, shit. There we go. Not super pretty, but definitely strong enough. Let's just get this little sharp edge off of here. There we go. No, I'm not quite happy with this. It's not sitting flat enough on the pad, so I'm just going to sit it back down. Let me clean the iron. Getting a little gross. Just a tiny little bit of solder. Come on. Little jerk. And we're going to get the tip of the iron nice and flat this time to get this wire flat on the pad. And then we're going to hold it with the tweezers and take the heat off. There we go. That's much better. And now I'm definitely going to check this one because I am getting near that other pad. So let me look at this off camera. Hold on. You guys troubleshooting that buzzer with him? Thank you for that. I'm not a buzzer guy. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Those two pads are good. I almost just knocked the microphone over again. Moving it back a little bit more. Again. Alright. Last one. Up in here. Up in here. Alright, and let's move the work a little bit here. Just kind of rotate it around. And that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Wire just flowed. Pad's starting to flow. Whole pad is flowing. Hold the wire where you want it. Remove the heat. Hair in there. I just burned the hair with the also be careful with the really finely tipped tweezers. I was squeezing a little hard, and I think I'm going to push through the silicone there. Shouldn't be the end of the world, but just keep an eye on that. The skinny tweezers will go right through the silicone wire protection. So this thing rotated outwards a lot more than I wanted, so I'm going to bring it back in line. Just kind of rotate it back towards me a little bit. Let's put a little bit of fresh solder on the tip of the iron. And there we go. Okay, and now we're going to twist the wire. That's better. Okay. That should be good. It is getting a little bit close to the pad on the other side, though. Let me just check it. Oh, yeah, it's too close. Yeah, way too close. Probably just come down on it with this and be fine. There we go. That's all good. Yeah, I thought I might be able to do that, but no such luck. Oh yeah. Can't even tell I cut it. Oh shit, look at that. Well, kind of a lazy way of doing it, but totally fine. Check all these, just pull on them with a fingernail, make sure they're not going to pop right off from being a cold joint, and we're good. That side's fine. Alright, so now that they're out of the way, let me do these, 30 gauge wires for the beeper. Not beeper, you guys got me thinking beeper. For the race wire. Not race wire. Tiny's LEDs. There we go. There we go. We got there. Took a minute. Okay, so let's just run this through here and get this guy on that pad. And this is going to happen quick. Fuck. Come on. That's probably enough. But let's give it another split second. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit. So it's not transferring the heat because there's no flux. I can tell that because there's no smoke. So let's go at it one more time. Add some fresh solder that has flux in it. Got some smoke. Transferring the heat well. Grab this wire. Hold it in place. And that's going to be much better. That's going to be a much stronger joint than it was a second ago. Round this off a little bit here. Just so there's no sharp edges. There we go. Alright, now we'll do the positive. That'll be easier. Alright. And I'm gonna put some fresh solder on this one as well. Just because we're dealing with a big joint, we're dealing with a big spot of existing solder, which is going to eat. Oh man, I accidentally just turned on the flashing mode. That's horrifying. I'll get that off, don't you guys worry. Boy, oh boy, is that distracting. Whew, Jesus. Okay. I'm not sure if I got this on there all that well. Let's add a little bit of solder to it. Just to make sure it transfers the heat properly. There it goes. Go in here, hold the wire steady. I'm going to rotate the tip a little bit just to get that fresh bit of solder on the iron directly onto the pad. I can see it just flow, and now we're good. Alright. What are you guys talking about over here in the chat? Techno FPV says, that's why I live your stream. You're so boozy, always on it. We can always find someone else in a fixo, Nito. Thank you. You're welcome, brother. Alright. Guys, make sure you tag me if you want me to read something. Because I'm just going to be working here. So, yeah. Anybody that's new, everybody in the chat is extremely knowledgeable. So, as they troubleshoot, trust them. They have my approval. And yeah, like I said, if you want me to read something, just make sure you do at CiottiFPV, and that'll light it up for me so that I can actually see it. Otherwise, it's almost impossible for me to see individual comments, and I try not to just sit and read the comments verbatim, top to bottom rather, because there's other stuff that I could be doing that I think is more valuable for you guys, because I want to empower you guys to talk to one another and make friends and trust the Patreon folks. I wish there was a way for me to make all to give the Patreon people a specific color in the chat. And I guess I could technically make you guys all mods, but I mean, that's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot of people being able to delete posts and shit like that, and silence, and hell, I think mods can even kick people, so I don't know about that. I don't know if I want 120 people kicking each other. That's one of the things that's cool about Discord, is it lights the patrons up in purple since they're royalty. Yeah, I said it. Alright, that's clean enough. Relax. Crazy man. Alright, so the distributor cap is on there. I'm going to call it a distributor cap from now on. Distributor cap is soldered up. We got this. Let's move this out of the way here. Let's get this going here. Oh, I need to take this race wire off. This was a stupid thing that I did that I shouldn't have. I thought the race wire might have been the problem. I knew the race wire wasn't the problem, but yeah. I didn't listen to myself. Okay. Make sure you guys can see me removing this motor, because it's just such a thrilling thing to watch. What's up, Cool Coyote? When are you getting your Weller? I was just talking about that earlier. I keep bouncing back and forth whether or not to get that Weller or a TS100 and just try to do everything with the TS100. I have a feeling I won't want to use the TS100 here. And I really try not to solder. Sometimes I almost forget to say it the crazy way. So forgive me for that. I'm pretty sure I won't want to solder here with the TS100 as much as the Weller. Like, not from a power point of view, but just from, like, I don't know. It's a travel soldering iron. There's no way it can be as good as a specific designed bench iron, right? There's no way. No way it'll be as good. I don't know. Jack Mercer asked about 1404s. 1404 is my size for 160 to 200 gram rigs that are either on a 2.5 inch prop or a lightweight 3.5 inch. I'm sorry, 3 inch prop rather. So yeah, that's basically my opinion on it. Is that you know, if you're using that. If the build is within those specs, that's when you want to be using a 1404. Unless you're looking for more efficiency for like a long range rig, then you could push that weight up a little bit for the 1404, but you're going to sacrifice flight performance, which blows. I just touched my finger with the soldering iron tip. That was interesting. Only hurt a little bit. All right, let's get these swapped over. Yeah, I pulled this, I stupidly pulled this race wire off because I thought it might have been the problem. I didn't think it might be the problem. I wanted to rule out everything before pulling the ESC, is the God's honest truth. Is the dog's honest truth, I guess I should say. Alright, I got this one on here a little bit shitty. Let's get this flattened out a little bit better here. What's nice about the race wires is I don't really care about like lifting a pad. They're really well made. So I'll just pour heat into these damn things without even blinking. Come on. Alright, there we go. There we go. I know there's another couple comments, but let me just get this banged out real quick here. That's better. That's what I wanted. Alright, third one. Get off of there. Get on here. That was a good one. All right, cool. So now we're good. We can get this out of here. I think this was an extra race wire. Let me pull this motor off. Yeah, I put these T-motors on literally just to troubleshoot. But then I realized I didn't have a fourth one. And I was like, well, I'll just throw this Flywoo, whatever, 1507 that I have on here, just in case it worked, so I could go fly it the next day. But, of course, it didn't. Come on. You. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay. Alright. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm very lazy sometimes with soldering. Alright, what else do we have? You know what? That should be the shirt. That should be the CiottiFPV shirt. It should just say solder on the front with like 18 L's. What else do we have? Carl says, noise in the FPV feed that looks like white and black rain and gets progressively worse as I hit the throttle. Move the power cable from 9 volt to 5 volt, but still noisy. People in... Just use the closed live stream for that, but you have to look. Wait. Tiago, I don't know what you're saying. What do you mean? Alright, Carl. So, video noise sucks. Oscar Liang has a really good article that I'll refer to sometimes. Just go to Oscar Liang's page and search for, like, noisy video, and I think you'll find it pretty easily. I do have some info on the Patreon page, so if you go to the Patreon page, and up on top there are those little like word cloud-ish things that relate to the tags that I have. There should be a tag for like video and for noise. Maybe I even put it into the Tech Talk. I might have a Tech Talk tag on it, so you might be able to hit that Tech Talk, which I think is the very first one that you can click on the website, or on the page, or whatever the hell it is. I guess it's a website. And then, yeah. So I've got that, and then, so like moving that power source isn't going to help. The things for me that have helped in the past are mainly like changing the way the wires are rerouted, and this is also a big reason why I like these Talon boards, because they put the camera video in up on the front of the board. The camera video in is up on the front of the board here, and then the VTX out is on the complete opposite side of the board. So you don't have to have video wires crossing, right? You just feed the video into the front, and the video out comes out the back, and that helps out a lot. Look at your battery leads are the noisiest, so make sure that they're not crossing over the video wire if you can help it. And then, yeah, those are the main things. It can be a real pain in the ass sometimes, but just stick with it. You'll figure it out. Just troubleshoot it one step at a time, and you'll get there, whether you like it or not. Alright, so let's get this guy back down. Since this VHB is starting to get a little dirty, I'm going to use heat to give it its stickiness back. Not too much heat, just a little bit. And that should be enough. And we'll stick it down here where we want it. Should be about right. If I have to move it, that's fine, but that should be pretty close. All right. Okay, so here are the other things. You want to try to get your the VTX ground onto the same pad as the camera ground, or just power the camera from the VTX. That works too. So either one of those two things, those should almost certainly help. What else? Look at where both your camera and your VTX are being powered from. I usually try to power them from the flight controller, because that way there's the most possible like filtering between them and the battery source. So essentially, right, you got VBAT coming up from the ESC to the flight controller, and then the flight controller is going to put that through its 5-volt regulator. That's going to filter a little bit, and then you're going to put your... Oh, so that's another thing. Moving, if you're on... So I've never been able to get a micro to have clean, even flyable video on a VTX that wants VBAT input. So I run 5-volt VTXs on all the micros. Because of what I was just talking about, the VBAT is going to come up into the flight controller, and then the 5-volt BEC on the flight controller is also going to act as a little bit of a filter for that power, and then the power is going to go to the VTX. Yeah, I don't even bother trying. I've tried multiple different VBAT VTXs, even like a tramp, even like a big old filtered tramp. And for whatever reason, the video is just always better on micros with 5-volt VTXs. So maybe try that. And those are kind of the main things. Wire placement is typically where I get screwed. If I have bad noise in my video feed, it's always because of X wire being next to Y wire, and it just being unhappy about that. So move your wires around. That could very well fix it. Check your antenna wire too. Man, this soldering iron fucking blows. Come on, man, melt the solder. You jerk. Did it turn off or something? Oh, there it goes. Jesus. Ooh. Is that getting a little close to the other pad? I think it is. Let's try choppy. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me look a little closer at it. Guys, look what my fucking cat did to me. Hold on. Look what that little jackass. CiottiFPV on Facebook and Instagram for the picture of him and the explanation of the story. But like, look at this, man. He fucking he tried to eat me. Like, he actually did. He tried to eat me, guys. Fucking he literally bit the hand that feeds him. Little jerk. It was a good reminder, though, that cats are still wild animals. As domesticated as they are little lethal beasts. Not to be trifled with. Alright, the second wire in has a big old gap in it. I gotta get that closed up. Big old cavity. Put some fresh solder on it. I just touched the fucking light again. There we go. That's a little better. That's much better. That's what I wanted. All right. Let me just take another quick look at it. Oh my God, there's so much orange, guys. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah. Oh yes. Yes. Y-E-S. There we go. Okay. Back to normal. Okay, what are you guys tagging me about here? Let's see. Talking about Carl's problem. Weirdo with a skateboard. This is not FPV related, but looking for advice, and I trust your judgment. So I was going to ask this girl out. I found one of my mates also likes her, and I'm still young, so I don't know what to do. Talk to your buddy about it. I know it's going to be weird as hell, but talk to your buddy about it. You have to. If you don't, it'll just... There's a good chance it'll... Either you'll be pissed that you didn't talk to her, or you will talk to her, or whatever, and he'll get mad. Communication, dude. Just, yeah. Communication fixes everything, brother. Talk to your buddy, And if for whatever reason you can't talk to him, talk to her about it. Just be honest from the jump. And yeah, you got to do it. It's hard, but all the best things in life are hard. Do it. Carl says, I've only ever used a TS100, don't really know what to compare it to, but I have no issues with it 5 or so quads I've built. Tiago says, if you're used to a pro desk soldering iron, you'll notice a huge difference. I mean, my current iron is not pro, but it has the same form factor, right, as the Weller does. And I think if I lose that form factor with the TS100 being so small, I think it's going to drive me crazy. But I don't know. I don't know. Peletheus was a solder monkey for years and would rather use TS100 than a bench unit, really. Mostly because of space. It just depends on your workflow, really. Yeah, so I mean, I don't have the space either. That's why I'm kind of thinking about the TS100. I also would love to use the TS100 as a discharge platform for my 6S batteries. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Nathaniel LaBouffe is here with that last name. Killing it. Wilder FPV needs a super low profile stack for Rotorite flow slammed frame. Was thinking of the newbie drone Infinity 30x30. I have zero experience with the Infinity 30x30, but what I can tell you is the Acon AK32 is the only 30x30 ESC I will ever buy, and it's pretty slammed. It is pretty flat. I can't imagine you finding something much thinner. So that's I'm never going to recommend anything other than the AK32 for a 30x30, just because I've blown up so many 30x30 ESCs, and the Acon has been a fucking beast. I would say before you put it in, though, if you do choose to go with that flight controller, not flight controller, ESC, run a bead. There's supposed to be a secondary board here. Run a bead of epoxy around this secondary board just to make sure it doesn't come off. In horrendously bad slams, like this one, which is a 21-story drop to the concrete, the PCB that they solder down here has like the 5-volt back and some other stuff on it, and it's held on by these 6 solder points, which are fine until you plow it into the dirt at 100 miles an hour. So yeah, run like a little bead of epoxy around to just hold this bottom board on, and then this, I swear to God, this thing will actually become fully indestructible at that point. But yeah, you can see how thin this thing is. This plug header is the tallest part, so a lot of times what you can do is point that downwards, and then look how flat the top is. The flat is like, the top is like scary flat. So yeah, anytime a 30x30 ESC conversation comes up, I'm only going to recommend that one thing. Sorry if I'm boring, but I'm using what works from now on, man. I don't care about new stuff unless there's like a real, true, actual performance advantage. If there's not an actual performance, like a, legit, this is for sure going to be better and you're going to notice it, then I'm just going to stick with whatever's durable. Because if you fly hard, you end up having to spend a lot of time fixing shit. And it gets old fast. Flow the wire. Heat transfers to the pad. Pad flows. Wait a second. Remove the heat. Hold it in place with the left hand and the tweezers. Don't squeeze too hard if they're skinny tweezers, because you can push right through the silicone wire. Which I did 10 minutes ago. If you guys want to see, you can just rewind. Next. Get some good angle on this. Not really doing a great job bringing the work to me right now, but I know that this is framed well for the webcam, so I will leave it. Last one. Get this guy going. Let's come around like this. Yeah, this is what I want to do. All right, and this is going to be a jackass again. Let's just, I really didn't want to use a great big, really high amp ESC on this. I prefer to try to use micro ESCs on micros because they're a lot smaller and lighter, but there aren't many that are 6S compatible yet. God damn it. That was... I felt the wire kind of slipping, and I just thought I could squeeze it in there, but go figure. And now I've got a bridge situation, which I just fixed with that little solder flick. Let's flatten this out one more time here and tuck that wire back there in a little bit better so that there's not so much tension on this. I don't want to have to hold it as hard as I am at the moment. All right. Pad flowed. I'm actually using the soldering iron this time to push the wire down and remove the heat. Alright, so let's see if that bridged. I think it might have. Yeah, it did. Of course it did. So here's one of the quickest ways to remove a bridge. Put the tip of the iron in between them, and at just the right moment, just when you see it to start to flow, you're going to yank outwards because you don't want the wires to come off. So when you pull outwards like that, it de-bridges it, but it sometimes makes a mess. So then you just got to go in there and clean up your mess. I don't think you guys saw that. But I just put the tip of the iron in between these two pads and then pulled outwards vigorously. And that cleared the bridge, and it doesn't melt the whole pad. So you create like a tiny little spot with a cold solder joint, but it's off on the outside. It's not where the strength is, so it's typically fine. If you're doing it perfect, don't do it. But if you just want to get it done, yeah, it's totally acceptable. Okay, Carl. I've only ever used... Okay, we got to that one. Tiago. Okay, we got to that one. And... Look at me, somewhat keeping up on the chat. TechnoFPV, can I post a link for a photo for my Acrobrat to show it? Techno, post it over on the Discord. That's what we're trying to use the Discord for. Is like, yeah, you guys posting pictures and chatting back and forth and stuff like that. I can't believe I remembered about the Discord, guys. Jesus, it's a whole new day. Links down in the description if you guys want to support me. All kinds of cool stuff going on down there. Affiliate links to the gear that I use and trust. Link to the Patreon page if you want to directly support me and or get in on the every Monday night giveaways. Link to the Discord so you can hang out over there. Lots of good stuff. TechnoFPV says, will you show it? I think that was in reference to the ESC, right? I think. Hopefully. Tiago says, have you ever cleaned the interior of your soldering iron between the ceramic and the tip? You know, I haven't, and somebody mentioned that last time, Tiago, and I meant to do it, and I totally forgot. TechnoFPV says, VBAT VTX, even disabled smart audio, that won't help. It showed but couldn't change any settings. It just doesn't work. I think that's the noise fix that we're trying to figure out. Weirdo the Skateboard says, cheers to you as well, my friend. Wilder FPV says he also only uses TS100. God damn it. What's up, Leviathan? How are you, man? You guys are pushing me closer to the TS100. Tiago, do you have both? Tiago, here's my question to you. And if the answer is no, the next question is, are you willing to? If you have a TS100, are you willing to like use only it like on your bench for, I don't know, like a week to tell me if it's going to drive me nuts? Or anybody else that has the TS100 and a bench iron, have you and or are you willing to only use it for some length of time to see if you think it'll drive me nuts. I've been meaning to get this off for a while. Let me just get this off here. Hold on. I saw something shiny. I gotta deal with it. Oh, Techno. I got it, Techno. Yeah. There it is. Carl rerouted the wires and clean video. Isn't that incredibly annoying? Although it's a lot less annoying. It's annoying for me because it took me a long time to figure that out. So I'm very glad to be providing that knowledge to people that can use that knowledge to not absolutely pull their motherfucking hair out trying to figure out these issues, these video noise issues on micros, because my God, are there a lot. Well, you know, the problem was when I dealt with all those issues, it was a VBAT VTX, and I was like, man, there's no way the VTX is the problem. At the same time that I was saying, man, there's no way that the location of these wires are the problem. So like I was completely wrong on 2 accounts, and when you combine those 2 things, it makes everything rather difficult. I'm going to leave the motors on for now, and we're going to get the flight controller reinstalled, although I think everything at this point is just plug and play. So this will happen pretty quick, I think. Got the ESC plugged in, and I'm swapping the same ESC, so I don't have to think about the locations of the wires or anything like that. And it blew up because of a voltage, because it had too much voltage, and yeah, too much kV, too much voltage. Stupid mistake on my part, but sometimes you gotta make them stupid mistakes for them to stick out in your brain. Or I'm just an idiot. Either or. Come on, get in there. This is what I need. I'm always weirded out by the ESC to flight controller connector when it's pinned on when it's a plug header on both sides, because I just have not had the best luck with these plugs. So I really like to make sure that I'm certain that it's all the way plugged in, which is what I'm doing now. All right, we're good. So then this guy comes up here for video. Push this aside. Okay, actually, hold on. Before I do that, let's get the standoffs in here. And there's a chance that I won't need those extra spacers, but let's see. Last time I had to use spacers, but I wasn't using as thick of a rubber grommet in the ESC. And this time, I am good to go. Don't need it. Oh, nope. Spoke too soon. Nah, we're good. Although that is kind of starting to push down on that, isn't it? I love it when I can snug these little standoffs, but sometimes it's just not a good idea too. And this is one of those times because it's pushing down a little too hard. Usually I'll try to run a longer screw so that I can bury these guys. But in this case, the longer screw would be 2 full millimeters longer, and that's too much longer. So, you know what? This is a job for the nut grabber. Here's another cool thing about the nut grabber, right? Like I'm using it to grab these threads, and see how like it's slipping? That's actually good. I want that because that gives me so like if I tighten all of these with the nut grabber, they're going to be similar in, it kind of acts like a torque wrench, right? Where like it'll slip at a certain amount of resistance. So yeah, I'll sometimes use it to screw everything down if I don't want to snug it up all the way when it's a board that's on grommets, because you do want to try to get these guys sort of close to one another so that the board's not like sitting cocked up on one side or, oh my god, that's the worst camera angle ever. You guys have no idea what I'm trying to show you. Here you go. Yeah, use your nut grabbers for everything. Grab your nuts all the time. Grab mad nuts, guys. That's the moral of the story. See, it's not working on this one though. See the big ass gap there? So this one I can't do. It falls out the wind. It stops working when you start Loctiting stuff, because once the Loctite dries, it creates friction. All right, so this should be good. These are similar enough. So what I'm going to do here is push down on the ESC to compress the grommets, just to make sure that when it pops back up, it goes all the way back up. And it doesn't like stay down and create a little gap or anything like that. So, yeah, that should be about right. That looks good. Let's check this side. Yeah, that's fine. Look underneath it to make sure that we didn't push it down to the point where something's going to hit, and we're good. All right, let's continue plugging things back in. Let me zoom this out a little bit for this part. That's what's messing me up. I'm not used to the webcam being zoomed in. So, all right. Note to self: must zoom and unzoom the webcam if I'm going to be doing it this way. If I'm going to be showing you guys ultra close-ups is what I meant to say. All right, yeah, so tons of space in between the flight controller and the ESC. That's, well, it's not important to have tons of space, but it's important to have enough space. Never, ever, ever want to get that too close. And then we're just going to drop this down and plug this RXSR in, and we'll kind of be done. Oh, wait, no, I got to swap the motors out. That's right. Not even close to being done. Gotta put 4 fresh. Well, I guess they're not fresh. Bob flew them around a bunch, but that's okay. He's nice to gear. He's not a reckless lunatic like me. Been doing some more flying with the Tiny Hawk Race 2, and it just continues to blow me away with how goddamn fun it is. I don't know. It just has like this feel and this amount of this like subtle lack of power that is really, really fun. And I'm having a blast with it, and I can't wait to do the review. The review should be soon. I have enough footage now that I'll be able to do a little flight part of the review. The review is going to be a live stream review. I think it's going to be like the first one. And it should be super fun. You guys can ask questions so I don't miss anything. And my God, this is being a real pain in the ass. I just cannot get this thing centered. I'm also very weird about only plugging these things in if they're centered, because if you bend one of the pins, it is a real asshole to get straightened back out. So I tend to do this very, very carefully, like overly careful. Let's see if I can grab it from the top here. Come on. Come on, bro. Too good for your home? Answer me. There we go. That's the ticket. That's the stuff. Now we got you. There it is. Okay. So, that little fella's good to go now. Let's just push that wire out of there, make sure it doesn't get sandwiched and chopped. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, got a little bit of slack there. Ooh, we can use the nut grabber again. What do you guys think of that? Excited? If you want to get a nut grabber your own, there's an affiliate link down below to Amazon, who will take forever to ship yo shit right now, for the record. I have an order I put in like over 3 weeks ago that still hasn't shipped with them because they've prioritized everything for medical care. I'm not complaining, for the record, not at all. And they're very, like, when you place your order, it tells you 18 times, like, yo, we ain't gonna ship this for a hot minute. If you're not okay with that, go to Target, you dicks. Come on. Nut grabber, grab the nut. If you do get a nut grabber, though, get a 3 or a 6-prong one. These 4-prong ones are fine, but the 3-prong would be better because the nuts that we're using are 6-sided, right? So, like, you see how this one is, like, all jacked up in the game? It's because it's got 4 prongies. So, like, 1 prong gets one side, and then 2 prongs have to share a side, and the other prong wants to come over and party, and it's just it can be a real mess, guys. Not really, but it does this basically. This is the problem. It gets the nut gets all sideways. It doesn't want to sit straight in there. So you're left kind of like trying to do this little balancing act, which again, no big deal, but if you're gonna buy one, buy the right one. Buy one that's better than the one that I have. And again, I'm using the nut grabber here. This is a perfect example. Like, as hard as the nut grabber will tighten it, that's where I'm leaving it. And that way all 4 of them are going to be of similar tightness. It works especially well for these plastic nuts because you can't really Loctite them and they spin nice and smooth. So, yeah. Works really well on these. And to keep so these shouldn't back out because they're pushing against rubber. But just to be totally sure, I take a little bit of E6000 welder. You can get this pretty much anywhere. Definitely on Amazon. I think I have a link to it as well. If I don't, please tell me because I need to. Because it's amazing. And we just put a little blob of it. Not even a blob. We push the nozzle into the top of the nut. And then when you squeeze the welder out, it kind of like goes outwards a little bit. And, oh man, usually it doesn't pull like that. And that way you push it into the aluminum and then it touches the plastic as well. So it kind of connects the 2 of them. Why is this welder so stringy today all of a sudden? It usually releases a lot better than that. Yeah, so just push the nozzle down, let it ooze out a little bit, and then yank it off of there. Alright, so get rid of those little stringies. I'll probably just use this lighter, I guess. Although you gotta be careful with welder. It is kinda flammable, as we can see. So just be a little careful with it. It's only really flammable on the little, like the pool won't catch on fire, but as I say that, the pool catches on fire. Yeah, usually just the little stringies will catch on fire. So just be careful. Just be careful. Alright, that's how you build an Acrobrat. It's already built. Oh wait, no, the motors. Damn it. Alright, let's do murders, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, soldering iron is still on. Let's just whack these fellas off. Also, also keep in mind that welders takes 24 hours to fully cure. That's the only other thing I don't love about it. Is there a link for welder? Leviathan. Okay. Oh, I did get a little behind. All right. Oh, yeah, Wilder, I would love to borrow your TS100, man. That'd be perfect. Why didn't I think of that? My God. Yeah, if I could borrow that for a few days, man, that'd be awesome. Tiago says he has both. At the moment, only using the TS100. Have the Weller in Portugal. It's 220 volt here. Oh, right. Techno FPV says he has both, using the cheap $20 every day. Really? Well, that's not great. So one vote on the other side. Well, one vote for the Weller, I guess. Rob Axelson got his first hand experience with Death Roll today. I think it's the gyro flight controller. Has had several asphalt crashes. Rob, Death Rolls are typically not flight controllers. They are much more often motor or ESC related. If you have DVR, watch the DVR back, and you should be able to tell right before the Death Roll. You should be able to see one corner drop out, and that's the direction the entire Death Roll will be. So if it's a problem up in this corner, this'll drop for a split second in the video, and then you should be able to tell with the spinning lines in the video that it's kind of spinning in that direction. If you can figure out which direction it's spinning in, take that motor and swap it on the opposite side with that motor and fly it again, get it to Death Roll again, and see if it starts to Death Roll on that side, so that you can figure out if it's motor related or if it's ESC related. I can almost guarantee you it's not gyro related. The only way that the gyro would cause a Death Roll is if the gyro shut completely off, which I really doubt. And I don't think that would be a Death Roll. I think it would... I don't know what would happen if the gyro just shut completely off. But yeah, I've never seen a Death Roll be flight controller related unless it was the wires, the signal wires letting go between the flight controller and the ESC. So do some more research before you go buying a new flight controller. Just do a little bit more testing and you should be fine. Just get it out over grass, keep it low, and yeah, just try to get it to Death Roll again with that motor in the different spot. Or if you didn't see, or if you don't have DVR or whatever, you can't see which side it was that dropped on this one. Yeah, just go out and do it again, get your DVR going, or see if you can line of sight it. Line of sight, you can usually watch the damn thing start spinning, and you'll see which corner it was. That can be super helpful. Oh man, this is going to be a bastard to get these off. These are really... I cut these really short for this race wire. I guess I shouldn't have cut them any shorter. Let's see if I can raise them up. Solder's going to want to chase, though. Alright. Let me glance over at the monitor in a second, see if I can pick up another comment that we can talk through. Come on, jerk. Whoop. Get in there, come on. Well, you know what's going to help is unbolting these motors. So let's do that. Wilder says, what kind of tip do you prefer? This is like the regular old one that's just kind of flat. But if I go the TS100 route, there's a really interesting 45-degree angle tip that Drew really likes. Drew being with Drib, that I will probably get to see if I like it as well. Since he's an electrical engineer, I'm assuming he's done a fair amount of soldering, so if he digs that tip, it's probably good. So we'll see. We'll go that route possibly in the near future. Now nobody's tagging me. I see how it is. Alright. And away go. This also taught me that I have a perfectly good set of T-Motor 1507s. They look weird because the bells are all different, but yeah, I've got 4 working T-Motor 1507s. So if I can get my hands on one of these Cinewoop frames, I will be good to go on the motor front, which is exciting. Exciting times, guys. All right, I'm getting hungry, so I'm starting to get shaky, which is good because that forces me to do things properly. When you guys see me doing that, that's totally unnecessary, but I don't know. I just like the joints to be all nice and flat and shiny when I put fresh wires down on them. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1 more, and then, oh man, I didn't trim the leads or anything on these RCN power motors. That's gonna be no fun at all for you guys to watch, but gonna have to do it. I think I might have to pull all 3 of these off at once. Let's see if I can get all 3 of them to flow. Come on, third one on the right. Come on, you little jerk. Yes. All right. So, motor time. Motor time. Motor time. New motor time. New motor. Actually, no, I don't have a full set of the T-motors. I need 1 more of the T-motors. I have this one rando Flywoo Robo 1507 that I got just to see if it might be a 3mm shaft. Shaft. You're damn right. And there we go. Now we're level. Nice, Walter. Here, this is the tip that I use. Why am I saying it when I can just show you guys? It's this one, where it's kind of, well, this one. See it? Isn't that exciting? Go back to autofocus, and alright, let's play with some murders. Put this fella aside, and I just basically need to cut these like as short as I possibly can, is the rule of thumb on micros where you've put race wires on them. Like, although actually no, that's not too bad. They didn't use, they used a shorter amount of, well, you know, I am going to cut them as short as I can, because if I can pull these race wires out towards the end of the arms a little bit, that's going to be really nice. So I'm just going to go like a little bit past the insulation. I'm going to go like that. Keep in mind that you're going to have to strip them too, so don't go really short, but give yourself just enough to be able to strip them, and then you'll have some strippers. Usually I'll hold one up to the next, but we'll be all right. Let's just hack and slash through these. Get all Diablo 4 on these mothers. Man, I can't wait for that shit to come out. I'll actually do some video gaming when Diablo 4 comes out. But until then, don't expect to see me anywhere. Although I did just, Kevin did just tell me the other day when we were out flying with him and Schizo and a couple of other guys that Call of Duty is free to play. I had no idea. So, I don't know. I feel like I might as well just download that for PS4. Give it a quick go in there and get the shit shot out of me for a couple minutes, get frustrated, and never play it again, since that's pretty much what happens every time for me with first-person shooters nowadays. All right. No, these are 1605s. They look just like it, right? And then look at this. I wish I had the 2207s because then I could do like a little brother, big brother thing. Look, there's the 1204s, and then there's the 15. I'm sorry, not 1605, 1506. Yeah, they just look identical. It's so funny. So webcam, are you gonna focus on what I'm actually doing or what? What's the deal, bro? You wanna work, or you just wanna be a jerk? Oh boy, motor's down. Weirdo with a skateboard. What actually are the race wires? And don't know how it is in America, but Scotland and the whole of the UK cheers means thanks. Wait, what? And the whole of the UK cheers means thanks. Is that a thing in the US? Yeah. We say cheers. And TS100 is class used exclusively. Nice. Tiago says, so to FPV, we need strippers and nut grabbers. Don't know how to explain that to my wife. Guess I can tell her it's my fault. Yep, do it. You guys can blame me for anything, man. I don't care. Blame me for overspending. Blame me for whatever, man. I'm down. It's all good. I'm here for you. I do this with my fingernails because your fingernails are made of keratin, and keratin does not nick the metal wires on the inside. And with skinny wires like this, there aren't a whole lot of strands on the inside, so you want to maintain the integrity of as many strands as possible. Get these guys pushed out of the way here so we can do the middle one. Yeah. And if you don't pull off quite enough, what you can do is just use your fingernail to kind of push the silicone down, and you'll usually get a little bit more exposed wire showing there. Like I just did. Unless you don't have fingernails, and then you're screwed for life. That'd be painful to not have fingernails. Jeez. The other way to do this is to just nick it with the wire cutters. So just go like halfway just to leave a little mark basically, and then do the rest with your fingernails. But you'll never catch me fully stripping one of these wires with the one of these little ones at least. So yeah, when you nick it with the wire cutters like that, it just makes it tear a little bit easier, which is especially nice with the middle one. And if you don't squeeze hard enough to fully nick it, that's actually a good thing, because that means you definitely didn't hit any of the wires on the inside. Okay, so let's just do these two first. When I say do these, I mean tin them, because that is the next step. So let's get our tin on. What do you guys say? The idea here is to push solder through the individual strands. So you're going to put the heat on the bottom, and then you're going to push solder through the top, just to make sure that you get it everywhere. You want to like fully saturate it with the solder. And now I can give you guys a little bit of zoom. All the zoom, bro. Okay, so that's maxed out. So yeah, heat on the bottom, push solder through the top, and with this, you would think this would be faster, but what happens is the heat transfers, so it does take a little bit longer. Just be patient. Oh boy, definitely don't do that. It's a bad thing to do. So I'll just make the same mistake again. And push it through the strands. That's how you get the best results. And we'll tempt fade again. Push it through. Oh, there's one little rogue strand on the bottom. So let's do that again. I flattened it back out, and there we go. Heat on the bottom or the side. Push the solder from the opposite side to make sure it gets in between the strands. One more. Heat on the bottom. Push solder through the top. And it's okay if it pulls the solder out a little bit. That's going to flatten out as soon as you lay that thing down on the pad. And it'll just kind of like suck right into itself. So now I need to unzoom. Okay. Dave's FPV says, what's up? I say, what's up back? Bearded Paddler, there's a cheaper version of the TS100. I saw that. 42 bucks, looks the same. I've had it for about a month. I put together 2 wads and it's still working great. Very interesting. I did see that. I think Pyrodrone's selling it now. Bandalorian says, man, those motors are good looking. Really need the one piece, really like the one piece bell design as well. Yeah, me too, man. And then Killer Bee's asking, want to trade Split Mini 2 for that other camera you got? Yes, in a Megatron voice. No, that would be the worst trade ever for me. That's trading like a $50 or $60 camera for a $90 one. What do you think I'm crazy? I mean, I am, but don't let the whole world know about it. Ah, there we go. All right. Let's get this moving here. Nothing wrong with that split, run cam split. That's what I have on my V1 Acrobrat. It's not the best, but still pretty good. Still pretty all right. Who doesn't know what the repair shop references are to? Anybody? If you don't, get your ass on Netflix and look it up. It's a great show. It's a British show, which makes it even better, since they're just straight up better at the English language than us, to be quite honest. And yeah, it's fantastic. Bunch of people fixing stuff. Bunch of specialists fixing specialist stuff, I should say. Alright, and alright. Squish, squish, squish. Oh man, now I'm talking about squishing. Nut grabbers, strippers, and squishing. There we go. No, this stream is not made for kids. I swear. Alright, separate these guys a little bit. Tin them. And then we'll whack them on the quad. I whacked them off, now I gotta whack them on. Ah, okay, so that's how these motors want to sit. They want to sit back a little bit. I see. Ugh. What's going on, McStarcoin? How are you, man? Hey, I was about to update that that document, but then I wanted to stream instead because I just have so many builds backed up. So, yeah, I'm gonna get to it. But I said I would do a corn stream this week, and god damn it, I'm doing a corn stream this week. I'm hoping to spend some time this weekend on those frame specs, and then we'll talk. Much, much appreciated, man. You have no idea. And for anyone wondering why I'm shaking, it's because I am hungry. And with the crazy metabolism that I've got, by the time I get hungry, I start shaking. So I'm using the best bone support that I possibly can here to reduce the shakes, which is kind of a good, it's kind of like a good way to learn how to be nice and steady while doing things is to do it when you're starving and shaking, I guess. Okay. The one motor that I wanted to put far back is this one. So where's the one with the... There's one where I cut them like really short by accident. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's definitely this one. So this one's going to go on here, and then I should be able to pull this back a little bit, which will be good. So let's get it. Sponging off the tip of the soldering iron. Let me give you guys some zoom. Alright, that is max zoomage. Let's see what kind of a mess I can make here. First one I'll do by holding the motor like this. Next ones I'll do with the rest I'll do with the tweezers typically, although sometimes it'll kind of line up. This time it is not. So I'm going to use the tweezers to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rotate this, which will let you guys see it a little bit better, but also I'll make it a lot easier on me. There's a lot of stuff in the way. Like right now, there's a light in front of me, and then there's a big Manfrotto clamp holding the webcam, and then there's the webcam on top of that. So yeah, I move stuff around a little bit differently than I would if I weren't on stream, but that's okay. Just more training on how to work in tight, difficult situations. What else? What else can we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Get me going on a rant. Somebody get me going. You guys know what's up. You guys have seen me freak out before. Get me to freak out and scream and yell. Yeah, look how much I'm going to be able to pull that one back. Yes. Wonderful. Don't rip, VHB. Don't rip. I don't want to cut another piece. Just come off peacefully. Come on. Come on. Let go. Let go. Come out of there. Come off peacefully. Come on. Be peaceful about it. Yes. Okay, so let me line this up and re-stick it, and oh yeah, that's way better. Oh, that wire's not all crimped anymore. Fuck yeah, much better. Let me screw this one on just to see. I'm just very curious if I do actually have it in the right spot, or... Yeah, look at that, I do. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Coming back into view in 3, 2... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me just crank these fuckers down. And... Okay. I guess I'm going to have to start swapping the purple out for pink maybe on this, I guess. Although, I don't know. Purple and pink work together. I'm already getting agita over the color clashing. Yeah, I guess pink and purple are fine. I'm going to switch everything out for pink. I guarantee it. Wilder says, let's talk about flight footage review. Oh, McStarcoin's got a new RaceWire prototype coming in soon. Are you working with Tinies on that? What's up with that? Thanks, weirdo. Christ. Okay. Let's get this front one on here. Clean. Try to do things right when you guys are watching. When you guys aren't watching, I half-ass everything. Like, dry soldering iron tips all the time. Just pouring heat into PDBs. But they survive. I mean, I'm doing it within reason. Like, you know, I do have a good idea of like at what point it becomes actually damaging. But yeah, you know. I just, you know what it is, I need to get faster at building. And so I'm kind of slowly trying different little time savers here and there. And yeah, that's the problem with crashing hard all the time. So you end up with lots of work to do. Alright. Got this going. I guess you guys can't see that. There we go. That should be better. Alright. And if you guys have soldering questions, you're not the only one that has that exact same question right now. Please ask it. And tag at CiottiFPV so I can see it and answer it. Because it is a big, scary, challenging part of this hobby that once you get the hang of it, you kind of go, oh, this is no big deal. But getting to that point takes some time, and it takes some practice, and there are general things that you can do to make that a lot easier. And I'm skipping some of those things. So it's good to ask that question now so I can show you and tell you the right way to do it. So that you don't fug up another ESC. And with micros, it does matter. With 5-inch rigs, you can be a pretty appalling solderer and get away with it. But with micros, you just can't. Well, I guess you can, but it's you guys know what I'm saying. All right, one more, and then a bunch of screwing. All right, I'm gonna flip this one around again, and hopefully you guys can see over there. Not really all that well, but I'll just do it, and then it'll be done. All right, Freelojo's asking a question. Put the Runcam hybrid on a 5-inch, running 2208 2400s rush tank, waiting for the Holy Bro 60 amp. 4-in-1, Jesus. That's a big ass 4-in-1, man. Holy hell. The AK-32s are 35 amp, and I've yet to blow one up because of too much heat. I didn't even know there were 60 amp ESCs yet. Jesus, that's been... Oh, yeah, I guess I did, because the Hobby Wing is... That's a crazy amount of amperage. My God. All right, this one's being a jerk. I like to try to get the... there we go. I like to try to keep the isolation off the side of the pad. And that just lets the... not the isolation, the insulation off the side of the pad, and that really lets the wires sit down very flat against the pad itself, which is a good thing. Alright, and on the third one, what I'll always do is kind of bend the motor over a little bit, and then you can take your tweezers and put a little bit of a bend on this wire, and that'll just have it hit the pad a little bit straighter. So you're not at like a weirdo 45-degree angle on the pad. It's probably impossible to see that, but I'll bet you guys know what I'm saying. There we have it. So, question becomes, which way will these motors spin? And we'll find that out in a little bit here. All right, let me de-zoom. Oh my God! If that cat would do anything of value, I would. It would be great. My God, he eats. We have to feed him 4 times a day. We have to put this expensive ass powder in the food. I guess it's not that expensive anymore. It used to be expensive until we found a knockoff version of it. So he eats 4 times a day. So he shits like 100 times a day. He fucking bites me to the bone. Well, he hasn't bitten me in a long time, and it was my fault. I was pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, and the cat tower that's now in the dumpster that he was on. He's always been very brave on that cat tower because it puts him eye level. And for whatever reason, when that cat tower is right next to doorways, he gets extremely brave, and that's what it was. It was right in the doorway to the to our little patio. And yeah, he was a very bad boy. He bit the shit out of me. But yeah, if I hadn't been pushing him, he wouldn't have bit me. So it's my fault in the end, but still, like, come on, bro, don't break the skin. Like you can bite me, but don't break the skin. There was a when he was a kitten, he got kind of bitey, and he had like a little bitey phase, and he actually lunged at Kristen's face while she was sleeping, and I'm talking like 2-3 a.m., right, dead asleep. He comes up on the bed, and again, because he was as tall as us, he goes lunging at her face and wakes her up, and then she wakes me up, and like without even thinking, I just went like full white rage, and chased him out into the living room and hit him like really hard, like open-handed hit him really hard, and I felt horrible about it, like instantly. So that 2 things happened. I'm very, very against hitting people, animals, whatever. It's just not how you do things. And the second that my hand hit him, I felt so horrible. Like, because it was just like I was just in this unbelievable white rage, but B, because I hit him hard. Like I could just tell that I'd hit him really hard. And he didn't like yelp or anything, but I just felt really, really, really bad about it. But what's interesting is that the same thing happened with my old cat Beta. Like when he was younger, he got very brave, and I don't remember what he did, but he did something he shouldn't that was like way over the line, and I smacked the shit out of him really hard, and then he was fine after that. So I don't know, maybe with wild, I still definitely don't think it's the way to go with kids. What the hell do I know, because I don't have them, so take that with a big ass grain of salt. But I don't know, maybe with animals with male animals who are genetically designed to try to be the alpha, maybe they just need that shit, man. Maybe they just need one good example of, listen, you little shit, you might have claws, but you weigh less than just my one arm. But yeah, don't hit your cats. It's not good. It's not cool. And if you hit them, even if you hit them once, it's got negative repercussions. But like if you hit them more than once, especially, like they don't understand it. They just think you're being mean to them. And I think I think you've got like 5 seconds basically. Like if a cat does something wrong, I think it's 5 seconds that you have to discipline them. And if you're not in that window, they've forgotten about it. So if you discipline them, they think that you're just being mean to them, which is like the worst, because especially with cats, they thrive on trust. So yeah, just again, don't beat your animals. It's no good. Weirdo with a skateboard. As an MMA fighter, I would have to disagree with that statement. Don't hit kids, don't hit animals, don't hit lasses. But as a guy's being a prick no holds barred is how I look at it. Yeah, the problem is you can't the just doing it more than one. Like if it's once, maybe I guess twice or something, like fine, but yeah, it can't become a habitual thing. Like that totally takes the power away from it, and then it just becomes like abuse, and it's just no good. But what a weird tangent. McStarcoin, Needed some 7x25 race wire, but couldn't find that size anywhere, so I put in a batch order myself. Should be arriving in about 2 weeks. Oh my god, that's hysterical. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to realize that that there's places that just make custom shit like this, custom PDBs, custom I very often forget that. That's super funny. That 7 by, that's big, isn't it? 7 millimeters. That's super wide. Holy fuck! What are you putting those on? A 7 inch or 10 inch or something nutty? Are we done yet? Is this? I think it's done, right? Motors are on. Let's just start putting shit back together. Whatever. If we forgot something, I'll just pull it all back apart. Oh, I almost forgot the this guy. I think we're good. I think we're alright. You guys see anything missing? No? Okay, good. Alright. There's that. Looking at like these extra screws that are sitting over here, kind of wondering where the hell they're supposed to be. Does that have a front and a back? I don't think so. Alright. Let's get some of these side screws put back on. And then that way we can remember what we've forgotten. Yeah, with Acrobrats, I always remember or see what I've forgotten the second that I get all of these side bolts on, as well as the camera side bolt. So let's just get that over with here. There are some rogue screws over here. I don't know what they're for. They might be for something else, but they are rogue. They're just sitting over here hanging out off camera. Oh, fucker. There you guys go. Alright. Get that guy in there. Make sure that this piece of TPU is sitting flat as can be. Alright, there's that. And I always unbolt both sides of this one because it's connected to the base plate in a couple different spots. So let's get this going here. Why don't you want to thread in there? There it goes. Okay. High metal. It's the main thing is going to be how long are you going to hold on full throttle. Like, so for example, I use these 35 amp ESCs and they're completely bulletproof for me, but I don't just put full throttle in and leave it there for more than like a half a second or maybe a second at the most. And the ESCs have a burst rating. So like when they say that they're 60 amp, that doesn't mean that if you put 61 amps per channel, it's going to blow up immediately. They have like a regular rating and then they have a burst rating that's even higher. So like let's say it's a 60 amp ESC, it'll usually have like an 80 amp burst rating, and then the burst rating will have an amount of time associated with it. And unfortunately, there's no control. Some manufacturers will have that time be 5 seconds or 7 seconds or fucking 2 seconds I'm seeing now, which is total bullshit. So that has more to do with it than anything, because with freestyle, we're only really doing bursts, right? Like we're not like racers where we're sitting on full throttle to get 200 yards from one gate to the next. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. But I run 35 amps and they work totally fine for me. But the ESCs are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you might have a hard time finding a 30 amp at this point. And I mean, like more amperage on an ESC, there are no negatives to it. So it just typically costs more money when you go up to higher amp rated ESCs. And I try to be as frugal as possible in this hobby. So I get the cheapest ones that I can find that are going to be durable enough. Durable enough. I just farted and it stinks. So how about that? So Freelojo said the motors are 60 amp bursts. Now that depends on, again, this is another area where the manufacturers are frustrating in that that depends on, so if you say a motor is a 60 amp burst motor, they need to say more. They need to say if that's on a thrust stand, because a thrust stand has static air, which is harder to move. They need to say what propeller that's on. Low pitch versus high pitch makes a huge difference. 3-inch versus 4-inch makes a huge difference, right? There's all these specs that they leave out when they give these numbers. So yeah, the numbers for me are pretty pointless. Like trying to buy something based on the numbers is very, very difficult. So I typically just buy shit based on like what other people are using, and I essentially, for me, what I do is I just look for pilots who crash a lot and I just run whatever they run. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking to do long range stuff, find the long range guys, run what they run, right? Just it's such an efficient way of picking your gear, is to let people who've already done the trial and error and pissed away the money let them do the hard work and just benefit from that money that they've wasted. Right? I know it's tempting as shit to try to find something better, but that doesn't happen very often. I fall prey to that quite a lot. I always think that I'm smarter than everybody else and can find the super secret ESC that's going to, be the difference, and it never is. Gear that works is the difference. Gear that's reliable, that's the difference. That's what allows you to become a better pilot. You can build you can take a 2-3 year old rig on like D-Shot 300 and fly that better than anyone ever. Now you know what I'm saying. I previously had put a little O-ring in there, and it's going to be really hard to get it in there right now. So I might just skip it. I have it on the other side. So the camera is 19 millimeters wide, but there are no 19 mil standoffs. So it helps to put some sort of a washer in between. It's not totally like necessary, but it does help. And it also helps the camera not want to rotate. So let me pull these, just loosen these up a little bit, just so I can create a little distance here to drop this O-ring in. I'm going to try to do this for a couple minutes, and then if I can't get it, I'm going to bail. But it's at least worth a shot. Alright, so let's see if I can just kind of finagle this little fella down there. Let's see if I pull this away, if it'll just drop a little bit. Don't want it to drop a lot, I just want it to drop a little bit. Come on, jerk. Fall down. Kristen's out there watching Schitt's Creek. I'm so jealous. Got to get this wrapped up so I can join her. There it is. There we go. And it's in place. Let's get this little M2 by, appears to be a 5, maybe? M2 by something or other. Alright, well, O-ring is still in place. Let's go about it like this. There it is. Now we got it. Alright, crank it. I'm still not totally in love with / convinced by only only mounting the bottom of this thing. I have a feeling that I don't have a problem with having to fix the camera. What I have a problem with is if I take a big slam somewhere unrecoverable and this camera points straight fucking up, not being able to fly at home. But I'll deal with that if it happens. I mean, it'll be a challenge. That'll be an interesting challenge, right? So I gotta tighten these fellas back up. And we will take the nuts off here. We'll go nutless with it. And then, oh, I have to put the Tiny's LEDs on the bottom. I almost forgot. The Tiny's LED on the bottom. Oh my god, lots of orange. Okay. Oh yeah, Wilder mentioned flight footage review. He's browbeating me into doing a stream where, like, props and popcorn, and or he said between the props, I think it's called, also does this, where you just play user submitted videos the whole time and talk about them. I've always kind of avoided that because I want to bring you guys content, not necessarily like rely on you guys for content. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to do it once per. I'm going to try to remember to do it every Monday. But I guess if you guys want a whole stream for that, we could do it. It's probably not going to be like a recurring thing, but we could just do it once or twice or whatever. So this thing really doesn't want to sit down properly. What can I use? I can use this masking tape, I'll bet. I just want to get it a little bit more stable so that I don't fuck up this soldering. Soldering. What keeps hitting? Oh, it's that. Oh, you dirty bastard, you. Okay. So let's shorten these down, figure out where we want to put it, and then we'll put it there. So I'm going to use one of these little fellas. It is going to be purple. Maybe I should use a blue one. Since the blue is going to stay. Nah, it's a light blue. Let's go purple. Purple's cool. I do kind of want to use this big long one, though. Look at this big long area that we've got. Yeah. I mean, come on. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'll use a little one. So I think I want it to end up right there. Yeah, that's the spot for it. So these guys need to be a little long. And so I'll cut them here, I think. And then I'll just give them a little bit extra length. We'll smack them down there and be done with it. Actually, no, I'm going to hook it up to the... I'll hook it up to Betaflight and do a little bit of that. Flip-flapping. Flibbity-flobbing. Ken Hill still needs to do his time. Yeah, it's something about putting the LEDs on that, like, I'm always like this too. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do it. It's a pain in the ass. Like, it's not. It's like, I don't know why I have to talk myself into it every time. But it ain't just you, man. All right. Positive on the right. That worked out. I'm going to do the negative first because it's farther away. And I got one little fight. My auntie got scared. Now, I had one little strand of wire trying to escape there. So I just picked that guy up, and away we go. Alright, try not to melt this zip tie. Ooh, that did not stick on there at all. Okay, so it didn't stick on there because it was trying to tell me to put the VHB on first. So let's do that. Of course, the VHB is right here, under the goddamn thing. Got a little piece of it off camera, of course. Can't show you guys everything. And I'm actually going to cut this in half. All right. Get it on here. So wait, where's it going to be? Oh god, that's a tiny little area for it. It's going to be on top of the first one. So, top of the first LED. And there we have it. Okay. Okay. This is the part that makes me want to fucking scream sometimes. Just let go. I get that VHB is sticky. I want it to be sticky, but can't they coat this wax paper with something that'll make it a little bit... I don't know. I don't fucking know. Alright, there we go. Now it's VHB'd, which will either make this more difficult or less. The problem is I'm trying to run these wires under this pink... Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. Nobody breathe. Guys, I told you, stop. Stop breathing. It's going to move. There it is. Now that was a cold solder joint. As it was drying, I was still moving it, and I could watch it go cold. And when it goes cold, it gets like lines in it and shit. It basically, as the solder is drying, if you're moving it, it can, like a part of the solder will dry, and then as you're moving it, the part that was moving won't dry at the same rate, and then it can form like little fault lines, I guess we could say, inside of the solder blob. So yeah, that's important. No cold solder joints allowed. And that one was perfect. This one is so ugly though still. Clean it. Still ugly, but I'm done. Weirdo with a skateboard. We already talked about that. Motors burst. Okay. Still have Chinese LEDs. JB Lumineer motors. Oh, cool. The new ones? Next time you're looking for videos to watch, check out the channel. I will. It's not often that I'm in need of flight edits to watch because I'm subscribed to a lot of really amazing pilots. But yeah, if I run out, I gotta get over there. Any new news about Bite Frost? I haven't heard anything. Yeah, you can breathe now. Killer Bee said, "Stop the Press's new Ghost in the Shell on YouTube. I always wished that I was a fan of that, but I've never been able to get into anime. It looks so goddamn cool, and I know it's really cool. But yeah, I just never have been able to get into it. Like, I legitimately want to. I want to like it. Like, I love Initial D, but that's just because it's car related. I don't know. And you would think, like, as an only child, I would really enjoy it. Apparently, only children love manga and anime and that fun stuff. Can you move over a little bit? I can't stand you being off center. All right, well, if I just flip it over, I won't be able to see it. And then I won't freak out. Okay, so is that it? Plug it into Betaflight and away we go, I think. Right? Still got a memory card in it. Yeah. I think that's that. Let's get it plugged in, see what direction these motors are spinning. And we will also listen to the motors, which we always want to do when they're fresh, so that we have some idea of how smooth they are. So I'm going to move the mic over near... Actually, I'm going to leave the mic exactly where it is because it's in a perfect spot for that. What do I need? Power? That's annoying. Is there any power around here? Come here, battery. Batteries. Yeah. Hey, there's one. Maybe it's charged. Maybe it's not. Ugh. Okay. Just in case it's not charged, I'm going to plug it in at the very last second. Let's get Betaflight up here. I think I can hit this button. Hey, look at that. Question is, did it kill the zoom mic? It did not kill the zoom mic. I'll be damned. Okay, so here we go. Let's cover up Inception here. Motor tab. Click this button. Oh, I gotta update the ESC to be on 0.7 for BL Heli. So let's do that. Sugar boogers. Alright, so let's get cracking on this here. They're probably on 32.6. Let's give it power. No smoke, that's a good thing. I just plugged that in without even thinking about a smoke stopper. Okay, so we're going to connect, and we're going to read setup. And it didn't find ESC1. That's not good. Read setup. Check. There it is. Okay. So then we're going to come in here. We're going to go to Flash BL Heli. Wait a second. No. I'm going to do it in this one. ESC Flash. Watch this, guys. This is secret. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all checked, and they're all on 32.6. I need to get them on the 32.7, which is set here. We're going to keep the settings, and we're going to click Flash. And it's going to do all 4 of them at once. How about that? That's how you got to flash these things, man. Doing them in the main menu sucks. Okay. Nice, Tiago. That's cool. What are you guys talking about? 2mm? What are you talking about? 2mm? What? Antenna length being important. Oh yeah, antenna length is super important. That's what controls the wavelength that it's operating on. Okay, come on. Go faster than that. What's going on in OBS land? Oof. Do I have the other camera on here? Logitech webcam. Wait, so if I kill that, pull Logitech webcam up. Ah, look at that. Keep an eye on that quad there. Oh, yeah, I know, License to Drive. I feel so bad when I yawn on here, but I'm not sleeping well, man. I am in a terrible habit of taking naps during the day. And then it's like 3 or 4 a.m. before I'm even remotely tired. That was not a yawn. I just decided to sing as a soprano. And yeah, it's knocking me out. Plus, I'm on medication that makes me drowsy, and it's a hot mess. Hot effing mess, people. So there it goes. There's how to flash all 4 of your ESCs without having to click a bunch of buttons in between like a mug. And now we just go back over to ESC setup, and that's right here, ESC flash. So now we'll go back over to ESC setup, and oh, we can even spin the motors in here. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you go to this little motors tab, wherever the hell it just was, and I hate this. Get this out of here. Go to the motors. Test motors. Yes, I understand. Come on. Yes, I understand. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yes, I understand. And come on. Yes, I understand. Come on. I understand. Well, all right. Screw you. Oh, it was because Betaflight automatically connected. Right. No big deal. Keyboard up arrow while your pointer is hovered over it to spin them up nice and slow. And so we got out, out, out. Look at that. And out. Cool. They're all spinning the right direction. Look how slow they're willing to spin, too. Usually they won't spin that slow. See if I can get them even slower. No, that's too much. All right, let's see how loud and or quiet they will be. Oh, God, they're loud. Oh, man, they're making some power. Wow, they're blowing shit around the desk. Jeez. So that one's already... Oh, these are not fresh. These have been flown. Ooh, that one's rough. Ooh, boy. Ooh, that's a cool little trick, Mr. Blair. Very cool. Props out lately. So I'm going to try it. Spinning them up. I'm going to hit escape. 3, 2, 1. Didn't do anything. Yeah, escape's not working. That would be a... Oh, end key. End key. End key. Okay, let's see. And end key in 3, 2, 1. Ah, look at that. That's really cool. What about page up? Oh. Oh, now we're talking. Now we're getting them secrets. So page up raises it by 100. Ah, what do these other ones do? Home? Oh, God, home is full bore. Okay, home is full McGillicuddy. Don't. Wow. Okay, function do anything? Nope. Delete? Nope. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm digging that. Up and down. What do the left and right arrows do? Nothing, I don't think, right? Left and right do nothing. Oh, left arrow goes up. That's weird. We're gonna play a song. Yeah, I know, Blair, right? just plugged in quad, just banging keys on the fucking keyboard. Okay, cool. So now it's pretty much done. Let's go. I don't know what I did to the... what motors were on this? So this was on... Oh, yeah. So the PID tune is going to be all fucked up because I was trying to get... I was trying to get this to work on 6S. So... we got to get this, get the throttle limit scaling off, shut that off, because we're just going to go 4S on this now. Oh, it's too dark out to fly, that sucks. 0.6, 0.83, yeah, let's leave it there. TPA's normal, check some filter settings, let's go to 1.2, and 3 and 100, that's good. High, 0%, 250. I'm going to drop this 150 down to 90 to capture frame resonances. Save that. Come over here, get the sliders going, and let's... You know, I have not mixed Darkone. I've never done the ESC audio. There aren't any of those little tunes that I'll... Every single one of the little tunes, I can tell that once I've heard it 5 times, I want to kill myself. And flying, like, I try to fly 10 to 20 batteries. it's yeah. I don't want to hear one of those little songs 10 plus times every time I go out to fly. So I've just never done it. But if there's a good song, if there's with the right song, like something short, I just want something short. You know what? The Imperial March used to be fun in like Betaflight 3.2 days, because it was short. It was do 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 do, and that was it, right? Like all the new songs are so long. What's up, Stirk? How are you, man? Uh, yeah, I'll still sometimes set the beeper strength to 81 in hopes that it'll play the Imperial March again. What are we doing? So since we're going 4S, I can go up on the gain a little bit. Yeah, I don't like the Initial D song that much, Wilder. I almost did that one, but I played it a couple times. I'm like, nah, I just don't want to hear that over and over again. P and D gain, I'm going to be a little bit light on this. So I'll just do 1.1. I'm just going to end up screwing with these settings anyway. I don't know why I bother with the sliders anymore at all. All right, so D-min I'm going to go up a bunch on 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to kind of keep the ratio as it is. So D-min is going to be 28 and 30. Yeah, and then just for the sake of not having a 39 in here, let's do that and that. Yaw up to 35. Turn the eyes down a little bit. I've been doing this a lot lately just to kind of loosen the rig up a little bit. And then the D gains, I'm going to go up a little bit. 42 and 45. So this is a nice, like this is definitely more aggressive than stock, but this is not like anything that I would worry about cooking these motors. D-min advance, I'm going higher and higher and higher with. It really smooths out the initial movements, but I'm just going to stick with, I'm in the 50s right now, and then at some point I'm going to try 100, but for right now I'm just going to leave it at 50. And the gain, I'll just leave at 25. It's fine there. I-term relaxes on gyro, 10 cutoff, roll and pitch. That's what you want. Oh, is the throttle or is the chat that far behind? Jesus, usually it's only like 30 or 40 seconds. Although I am getting a bunch of dropped frames in OBX, so usually that means that YouTube is real slow. So yeah, I think this is pretty much where I'm gonna leave it. I just undid all the wacky stuff that I did to try to get this thing going on like 3700 kV motors on 6S without blowing up, which I was unsuccessful in doing because it did blow up. But everything else should be fine. Config D-Shot 6. This is an F7 board, so it can run D-Shot 600 8.8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there are 12 poles on these motors. They would probably not have been running properly if that was wrong. Telemetry, OSD, anti-gravity, dynamic filter. That's good. Check our modes. Arm, horizon, beeper on aux 3, air mode and black box. Flip over after crash. This user 1 is specific to this board. Don't turn it off if you have one of the Talon boards. And launch control. Launch control. I think I was having a problem with the VTX maybe on this. Looks okay. Oh, you know what? I fixed that. That's right. I had to download a specific VTX table for this VTX. Let's erase the flash because I am going to. I'm not. No current sensor. Just using the virtual one. Or am I? No, I guess I am using current sensor. It's yeah, I am. That's right, because this is a full-size ESC. So yeah, this ESC does have a current sensor on it, which is kind of nice. Was it not set properly in the power tab, Blair? Is that why you asked that? I'm assuming. I'll go check once this finishes. Ugh. Don't you have to have ESC telemetry to use the ESC sensor, which I don't think I have wired up? Let's see if it functions. Let's just find out. Where's the transmitter? There it is. Oh god. Oh, you know what? It won't let me. It won't let me arm it while it's on the while it's plugged into USB, or maybe it will. I haven't tried in a while. Yeah, it disables arming. Oh no, it doesn't. Look at that. Yeah, so that's not working. Yeah, I'll just use the onboard. Yay! Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. But that's not working either. I either don't have the telemetry set in the ports or whatever. Yeah, I don't have it set in the ports. I might not have it wired up, or maybe I do. I don't know. I don't really ever use ESC telemetry. It's probably on one of these. I'll bet you it's on 6. Come on, you jerk. Arm, you bastard. You just armed a second ago. Do it again. Really? Well, that's weird. Why is arming disabled now, but it wasn't a minute ago? Is it... I was in here. Strange. It's because I haven't saved, maybe? Yeah, that's what I just realized, Blair, is it's in the... it's in that pin header. Why did it let me arm a second ago? That was weird. What if we pull power and disconnect and then reconnect? Oh wait, no, I have to unplug the USB to fully power it down. Alright, let's see if that works. Right, power and battery. And okay. I didn't think it was supposed to arm ever when plugged into USB, which it would appear is what it's doing now. But why the hell did it arm a minute ago? How did we get it to arm? I'm even trying to arm it on turtle mode and it won't. Yeah, it won't arm. Let me give it a second though. Maybe I'm flipping the switch too quick. No, it does that error flashing. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do this. Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah, still not working. Still not working. Stupid ESC sensor. Stupid pants. Disabled. ESC. Save and reboot. Doobity bop bop bop. Nerp. That's where smart port is. That's that. I guess the last remaining one is here. All right, let's see if that's gonna work. Nope. It's fine. Leaving it as on board. ESC telemetry is overrated anyway. I kind of would like to turn it on though. God damn it. Talon F7 wiring. Alright. Oops. There we go. Let's see here. ESC telemetry. Where are you? Wait, let's get this battery unplugged. Okay. Remappable LED pad. Blah 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 blah. External compass. Look at that. I never noticed that. No flicker VTX pit mode. Oh, here we go. No. It's a Acon AK-32. Where is... Give me a pinout for the plug header. Here we go. Oh, look. It doesn't have... oh, no. Yeah, RX5. Oh, okay. So it's on 5. 4, 5. But I did that. That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, I'll leave it. It's fine. I mean, if it's saying that it's 5 and I have it in the plug header, then it must be 5. V background RX5 current. Is there an RX5 somewhere else? Is there an RX5 pad? Probably not. They probably just have it in that pin header. Yeah, they do. Alright, so it has to be RX5. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. That's fine. Yeah, and the flight controller does have a current sensor, so it's fine. It's cool to get the temperature up from the ESC though. Like if I have my shit sitting for a while, I'll forget, and having the ESC temperature sensor come up in the goggles is kind of slick. All right, well that's kind of it, guys. That is the Duo. Ready to fly. Let's throw some props on it and hover it in here, see if we can kill someone, and then we'll call it a day. Lots more builds coming. That's for sure. Let's go bench zoom. Okay, so the question becomes, what props? To start off, I'm going to use GemFan Wind Dancer 3028s because I know that they're very well balanced. And I always try to start with a known quantity. So let's get those out. There they are. Although, I know that the T-motor props are also really good. I think I'm running out of those, though. Yeah, we'll go GemFan. It's going to perform like a bag of ass on there, though. Ooh, this is what I'll do. We'll go full beams. GemFan 3052s. We will just load these motors down to the end of the earth. Let me see if I have any that are clean. They might be all banged up. Let's see. Banged up. Banged up. Ooh, clean. Banged up. Ruined. Ruined. Why did I save these? Clean. 2 high rights. Nope. I don't have enough. Don't have enough. I don't like these props anyway. So that's fine. They're just too pitchy. 52 is just too much pitch. And these look to actually be 52 pitch. Not like many of the other ones. Many of the other propellers where the pitch number has nothing to do with reality. Why? Damn it. Where are those T-motor props? I thought I had some of them. I don't think I lost all of them. Broke all of them, I should say. Alright, no, we're going to do GemFans. We shall go with the fans. The 3052s, Tiago, dude, they're nuts. Yeah, they're just outrageous. Oh, and you know what? I put the fucking center plugs into all these things because I decided not to use these on M5 nut jobbers. God damn it! Where did I put them? All right, I'm sure they're right here. Hold on, guys. Let me actually look instead of just half-ass looking like a jerk. Packages inbound to some of you folks too. I've got stamps.com all up and running. The printers work and everything's good to go. So I'm shipping everything out. Wait eagerly by your mailboxes. So where are they? They're not here. Are they in here? I bet you they're in here. Let's see if they're in here. Hey, they were in there. And I also have a set of these Azores that I do want to test. So... Wait, these are Azores, right? Yeah, those aren't deducted props. Okay, cool. You know what? I know that the Azores are balanced enough. So, oh my God, Tiago, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That'll just obliterate all these motors. So let's go Azure. I want to build a rig. So this is pretty close to like Tiffany's blue, and I want to build a rig around that. I think that would be really good. The black with Tiffany blue is a really cool color combo. And look what I got, guys. Magnetic mat. Okay, works well. Okay. Is there anything that's not aluminum? Or is it just not all that magnetic? Okay. Oh. So the bottom is magnetic. That's strange. Well, what the hell? I don't want to have it upside down. Alright. But, come on, man. What are you doing to me? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put the T-motor props on. This is stupid. There's also something about me and these Azure props. Every time I fly them, the first time I fly them, I crash, and I just destroy them all. They break. What's up, off-axis? Didn't mean to hit you with that bag. Oh, well, this is the build. Okay, I changed my mind. Look at how cool that looks. It's just a little bit, tiny little bit lighter, but it kind of works, I think. Yeah. 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 Oh, okay. Okay. I am going to wait on these. So the Azure power props are good, but they're not durable at all. And on a Maiden, there's a chance that shit's just going to fall out of the sky and crash to the ground, and that's a stupid way to ruin a set of props. So I'm going to put the T-motor props on because they are nigh on indestructible. Oh, the microphone's all far away. You guys can probably barely hear me. There we go. That'll be better. Yeah, I'm going to use the T-motor props because they're so goddamn strong. That's what I'm going to do. So, here they come. Hopefully I have enough. High left. High left. High right. Son of a bitch. I don't have enough of them. God damn you. Really? They're on the other Acrobrat. I could just take them off there. My God, is that annoying though. Alright, fuck you. High left, high left, high left, high right. High left. God damn it, you dirty bastards. Oh! Yeah. The V2 is better for sure. The only thing that's not better about the V2 is that it's not a True X. The V1 was a True X. So if you're somebody that can feel the difference between Squished X and True X, which I'm not one of those people, then yeah. If True X is super important to you, the V1 is your jam. Everything else about the V2 is better, though, if I'm totally honest. The layout, it's got more space. It weighs the same. Every single other way, it is better. So it's probably going to be an easy decision for you. High right, high right. I need a high left and another high left. Hopefully it's this one. Nope, of course not. That's a... Oh, wait, yes it is. Look at that. Okay. Probably shouldn't matter, but actually, you know what? I'm going to save these clear ones for the V1. So this being Squished X is also really nice because it keeps the props out of view, which the V1 does not. It doesn't have a lot of prop in view, but it's got a little bit. Left, right, right, left. There we go. So yeah, for the V1 Acrobrat, I'll save all these clear and smoke gray props. Allfaxes is having trouble with Mobula 7 rebuild, bought a new F4 FC for it, but is a Fury F4 instead of a Crazy Bee like Mobula. Can I firmware flash Crazy Bee onto a Fury to change it? No. No, whatever target is on the board, that has to stay. But that's fine. I mean, it should still work. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't still work for you with the correct target. Are you worried about like losing all your settings and stuff? If so, just take screenshots of everything. That's which is actually the safest way to kind of do it anyway. You can bad things can happen when you do a dump, even if it's the same board. It's still risky to do a dump and copy and paste to the next CLI. What were you joking about, Blair? It probably went completely over my head. And yeah, I am running props out finally. I finally switched like, I don't know, 3 months ago. And I can't tell a difference. But in theory, there's a difference, and it's good enough for me. I mean, it definitely didn't hurt performance. So, yeah. No reason to change back, that's for sure. Gonna have to get a new one of these at some point. See it skipping? Oh, you shitbag. Now it's all upside down. Hear it? See it? I don't have a good feel for how tight these M5 nut motors need to be. Probably not very, which is good because it's impossible to get a good grip on the tiny little motor cans. But I would love to have one of these 3-inch props go loose so that I had some idea of how hard I should be cranking these things down, or of how hard is not hard enough. But I don't know. Shit's scary. All right, see, so that's not gone well. Anybody else doing that? No? All right, so stop spinning, you dick. All right, let's get this magical piece of... This is drawer lining material. This squishy drawer liner that you can get at like you can actually get it at Home Depot in big ass sheets, or at like Target or wherever, and it kind of works. It's not working right now, but it certainly doesn't make it worse. This is another reason why I don't like micromotors that are M5 nut. I really wish they were all T-mount, because this is, I mean, this is a fucking nightmare right now. Like, oh, I guess I got it just enough. That prop was like spinning on there a minute ago, though. Well, seems like it's biting pretty good. Well, maybe I'll get my wish and one of these will go loose. Probably not at idle, though. Yeah, they seem fine. Okay, let's... I don't think this battery is fully charged. I think it's at storage voltage, so this is going to be a really quick hover and land. This is not going to be a see if the motors get hot kind of hover. This is going to be a Don't ruin the $20 micro battery kind of hover. All right, so here's how I set up the little battery Majimbo. Is I got it wrong already. To tuck the that in there, because I don't have any strain relief on this battery, but tucking it in there is pretty damn foolproof. All right, apologies if the mic goes crazy. I'm turning my transmitter on. It doesn't have crossfire on it though, so we should be okay. Turn on, yo. All right, let's see. Mr. Blair, he is not. I do not believe. I'll look next time I fly with him, though. Because I'm curious now, too. Alright, fire in the hole. Yeah. Turn you guys around so you can see the madness. Wait, no. It's going to hover, so I want to point this up a little bit. Alright, let's see. Alright, so far so good. Still good. Still good. Alright, I'm going to give it a little bit of stick input. Hopefully it doesn't freak out. Okay, good. Alright, battery's going. Get it unplugged! Get it unplugged! Oh god, don't kill it! Don't die, battery! Alright, I gotta get this on the charger. That was stupid. Hold up. God, why do I do this? Why am I so mean to batteries, guys? Why am I so mean to them? Alright. Acrobrat's back. There it is. Oh wait, you guys can't see that. There it is. Look at that handsome devil. Look at that handsome devil. Yes! Be right back, guys. Plugging this battery in. Eh. Oh my god! 2.98 per cell. No, 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 no. Hold on. Gotta put it on the charger right now. Okay, go, go, go. Faster, faster, faster. And balance lead. XT30. Woo! No, it dropped a cell. Hold on. I'll fix you. Come on. Where's a 4S? There's one. Okay, jump starting. Woo. Jump starting the battery back to life. Hopefully. Alright, let's see. Come on, you jerk. Damn it. No, no, no. Come on, buddy. Come back to me. Come back to life. Where's your voltage? I need it. Come on. Come on. Please. Please. I came back to life. There we go. Yay! Just the overhead light. It'll be all shadowy and creepy. Ugh. Hook it up one more time. Please work this time. What the hell? Why won't this charger pick up the fourth cell? Whoa! What was that about? Nothing got hot. Whoa! What's happening? What if I plug it straight in? Come on! Come unplugged, jerk. Hey, there it is. Wow, this balance board is acting up. Come on. Try this one more time. Yeah, I think I need a new balance board. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that one port is broken. Ugh, really? Who's got a suggestion for me on a XT30 balance board? Looks like I need one. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, the whole side is shot. God damn it. Alright. My balance board now does 3 at a time. Not the end of the world. Not the greatest thing ever, though. Alright, charging them little batteries. Hey! Alright, guys, I'm back. Steel Swift Mini 2, it's pretty good. Dave's, I am not a fan of CCD cameras. They don't adjust to light changes quick enough for me. I'm really a CMOS or nothing guy. To be honest, I'm a Eagle Micro or nothing guy. But the smaller CMOS run cams are really good too. Yeah, so it's just, I get it, and the CCD thing is different, and apparently there's a little bit of a difference in latency, which is weird, but yeah, I don't know. I've tried going back to CCD a bunch of times. I have a Foxier Arrow that's CCD, and I have a Runcam Swift 3 that is also CCD. This one with the great big lens. And yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like it as much as CMOS. Which makes sense, because it is a very kind of personal preference thing. Yeah, I did, Tiago, I did it on a board that doesn't have the poly fuses. So I'm guessing that's why I just blew it up. But that's fine. This balance board is really old, and it's just kind of shot. But yeah, I need to find another one. I'll do some looking around, I guess. Since none of you guys came through and suggested one, you bastards. Allfax says, yeah, that was the bots the other day. Which is weird because I don't know. All right, guys. Checking the comments. Yeah, it's quick Hoover, right? Off-axis says, trick tip number 420. Use a lighter on those nylon lock nuts if you're taking on and off a lot to ensure good grip on the nylon nut. I never thought to do that. Use a lighter on the nylon lock nuts to ensure good grip. How does that work? I put a little bit of welders on the top of them. But if there's a way to do it without a chemical, that'd be great with just a lighter. What's the lighter do? it softens the plastic, but then when it cools down, what's the difference? Does it like mold it to the thing or something like that? Does it make the plastic stick to the metal of the threads? Blair feels like he's visiting. Yeah, answer that as quick as you can off Axis because I gotta drop. I gotta go get food. I'm starving. Derp, 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 derp. Oh, it doesn't fly very well. So that's you gotta match the tune-up. I'm guessing. There's no other reason for it not to fly well. I mean, the only thing that really controls how they fly on the flight controller is a gyro, and a gyro is a gyro. So if you move all the PIDs and filters and all that good stuff from one board to the other, it should fly absolutely identical. Oh, it looks like License to Drive already answered. The heat slightly melts the nylon so it doesn't grip as hard. Wait, what? Mr. Blair, warm up the nylon so the thread isn't. McCunkacoff, Tattoo R-Line 4S 650s and 850s. Melt the nylon a bit so that the thread isn't engraved in the nylon as much. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. So you put the lighter right down the middle to just mangle the threads. Very cool. I will try that on the next build. I am going to... Oh, thank you, Wilder. Power Genius 4X XT30. Power Genius, huh? All right. Cool. Oh, that's the one that RDQ sells. Okay, cool. Yeah, I agree. License to Drive. All right. Look at that. Angry quad just staring right at you guys. All right, I'll fly this tomorrow and let you guys know how it goes. Before I sign off, though, check this out. I am flying the little Tiny Hawk Freestyle Race 2 thingy a lot, and I had a. I'm getting used to the little tree area in front of my apartment, and when I get used to an area, crazy things happen. And I'll prove it in a second. Where's OBS? There's OBS. Monitor with the zoom mic, because there's not going to be any audio. We want to go to Wet Fart. That's the name of this memory card. And let's go... Ah, shit. I don't remember which one it was. Is this me turning the PIDs down? Okay, so this is definitely not it. It was not with this rig. Yeah, whatever. I'll just go to the last one. Yeah, so I finally flew it on the Blur 2-inch props, and it's really great on them. You can also run them without screws in them, which is really good. But yeah, I'm getting used to this little area now, and fun things are happening. Here you guys go. Here, I'll make the sounds. No, Alright, I'll stop doing that because it's probably infuriating. But yeah, I'm getting real brave with this little fella. But it's okay. As I learn the little front bit, I'll get more brave and just keep on slaying. I think that's what the kids are saying, right? Slay. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at this thing move around though. Like it's just very fluid and natural. Like I don't know, man. I'm really digging it. I will say that the camera is not all that great. The camera is over sharpened like crazy. It's a Runcam Nano of some sort, and it is way over sharpened. And it also has a problem with reds. Like everything is very red on it. Flying around in the green here fixes that, but if you're flying in anything other than green, it looks awful red. Yeah, and I'm also starting to learn up here like where the holes are, which is going to be a real problem because it's only a matter of time before I lose one up in here. But at least I'll have time to get it out with it. Look at that, man. Oh, I love it. I love this little area now. Just getting it, guys. Get it. Just get over there and get it. Also, I've got the tune pretty much dialed as well, which is nice. This is at full, I think, 200 milliwatts. This is all VTX has to give you some idea. Yeah, look at, I mean, come on. And then, I mean, that's inevitable. There it is with the OSD on. Tiny Hawk 2 Race, that's what it's called. And here's me just, and so that's just the wrong area of the trees to enter. And yeah, it was no good. So there you guys go. There's some Tiny Hawk 2 Race. They're on sale apparently for 98 bucks over at Emax's website. Go get you one. Super fun. 2-inch. Awesome. Super, super, super fun. Tiago is getting a mic replaced with a CiottiFPV. I have no idea what that means, Tiago. I'll talk to you on Facebook, though. I'm out of here, guys. Oh, that's harsh. Off axis. Yeah, I'm out of here. Be good. Wait, I think I turned on the other camera. Did I? I did. Be good, all you people. Not you. You. Yeah, you. Yeah, be good. I'll talk to you guys. I'll try to stream, let's say, Thursday? Maybe tomorrow night. Probably not. Maybe tomorrow night, though. Maybe Saturday, too. I'll try to do either tomorrow night or Saturday. And, yeah, look how jacked up my hand is from Bad Kitten. Bad Harold Potter. Ugh. That's from his mouth, man. He bit the shit out of me. Alright. I'm gonna go lick my wounds. Later, fellas.